Last month, I visited my parents in Yorktown, Virginia. So Yorktown, Virginia is a historical area, as I'm sure a lot of you may know. It is where the last battle of independence between the British and the Americans were fought. It's a very suburban era, I would say, basically representative of standard suburb in the States. Yeah, that's where I showed my dad the PLEN Cube, and I kind of wanted to get his opinion on the PLEN Cube, as he is a Gen X person and he is an electrical engineer. Yeah, it was a pretty long interview, but overall, his demographic is a very large target demographic that we were going for. So I also wanted to know his opinion of the Cube, being that he is a Gen X person and that he is from the States.
Can you introduce yourself?
Okay, so I'm Francisca. I'm software engineer at PLEN Robotics.
Yeah.
Nice to meet you.
I'm the same thing, but my name is Benjamin.
I'm Melina's dad. I'm an engineer with a government contractor called Valkyrie Enterprises. Been in the job for about 4 years now since I retired from the Navy after 25 years.
I kind of have an idea of what you were doing in the Navy, but I'm not exactly sure. Like in terms of the things related to electrical engineering, you said you worked with like big computers.
So I worked and maintained weapon system computers and direction systems while I was in the Navy.
Different.
It's pretty amazing.
Mainly from seeing the Cube, what did you think about it in terms of hardware?
I like the compact design. It has, I don't know how many different applications it could be used for. I think you're selling it on a broader type thing instead of just for the medical industry. It could be programmed to do different stuff for different companies, correct?
So, for example, we have the Cube to take attendance for students in the school, also to open the door for shared office.
Is it being used as payment method as well?
It's
for some
going
places?
to be used for payment method as well. We are going to conduct experiment. It's really a cube shape.
Right.
But in the beginning of COVID, I need to have thermal check, so we added this extra thermal check in sensor.
So I like the way it sort of moves around into when it's on. So it almost acts like a robot. So it's not just a box you're looking at. It's sort of cool. I like that feature of it. Did you put multiple servos in there to make it do that, or is it?
It's going to be at least 2.
We have 3 servos to do this rotational motion, and then we have 1 DC motor to do this motion. So in total, there are four motors.
That's pretty cool.
Servo.
Yeah, it's something that makes motion back and forth.
Okay, so 3 servos, is that, what do you think about that?
I think it's a good way to make it more, not just a box, make it more an appealing thing that you're not just staring at something, that it sort of has some interaction toward what you're doing. Because she showed me it moves around depending on where your face is at. It'll move around to detect your face and whatnot. I thought that was a pretty cool feature, other than just staring at a box.
Yeah, it has some microphones on the top that it has like some. Did you want to?
No, I'm just showing.
No, you don't need to take it apart.
No, it's just based on the different time that your voice is detected at the different microphones. It can place your orientation with respect to it and like move its head to like look at where you're speaking from.
I seen a YouTube video of I think it was something y'all done earlier. It was actually, it looks like a little man robot that maybe has been done a couple of years ago. Yeah, those little dudes. I think, yeah, it was a dancing robot on YouTube. I don't know I think it was y'all, but I'm not sure.
Actually,
yeah, those. The one that you got in your hand right now, I think is the one I've seen a video of.
This one started, I think, more than 10 years ago. I'm not sure.
Okay.
But yeah, I think that's the one of the ones I've seen a YouTube video on. The one that you had in your hand earlier.
Yeah, this.
Yeah.
Correct me if I'm mistaken. This one is less of a service robot and more of a it's for demonstrations for children and like educational purposes.
Yeah, for educational purposes.
Is it one main board, or do you have different boards in there, or what's the?
We have one board at the bottom to control the motors and the power and the battery as well.
Right.
Then we have the motors in the middle, and then on the top we have one board that connects from the bottom and the CPU, and then we have one sound card to control the microphone and the speakers. And then there's a little bit here for the sensor. There's camera and noise motion sensor, and there's also infrared receiver and transceiver.
DC on.
or at least in my opinion. I always like it smaller, and technology is awesome.
In terms of design, what do you think? I think there's basically the first prototype looked like a snowman, and there's a lot of issue with dead space, and it couldn't stand up on its own. The cube has like really no dead space, and then it can stand up on its own, and it's resembles like the movements of a human. Like, how do you feel about the design? Is it very welcoming?
I think once y'all get it to different companies, they could put their own as far as spin on the outside of it. So, it's more, just tailored to that company. I think it would look good as a Daruma.
Oh, I think they have one.
You have one in the background. I think that would.
I think they have a 3D printer, and then they appearances onto the cube. And I think
Right.
Daruma was one.
There was one for an event in the US for a convention, and one of the artists painted the cube so that it looks like a Daruma.
Yeah, I mean, it's basic in design, the ones that we see, but each company that buys them can tailor them, put whatever they want to on them. And incorporate the cameras and the sensors. And I mean, you can almost do it like a car wrap type thing where you just print out a sticker to go over it that would tailor it to, say, company that used it. So I think the fact that there's not a lot, it's a slim and compact design helps it as far as being able to customize it per application and with whatever company you sell it to.
The reason I interviewed him is because kind of a lot of our company is filled with people from the software side. All of our part-timers and internship students tend to be more software engineers, and we don't have a lot of employees working on the hardware side. So I wanted to get like a fresh opinion, I guess, of someone who does work on the hardware side, as that's not something we hear as often.